So this video is to present to you the lead action process for the enquiryMAX corporate system. So once enabled for your retailer, you will see a leads section down the left hand side here. So once you go into leads, you've got manage central leads and my leads. Okay, so we're just going to focus on the manage central leads section first. We're going to use Johnson's Construction as our example for this video. So the info icon on the left here, if I click onto that, it will open up the detail of the lead that's been delivered to me. So you can see I've got phone number, email address is here. So the detail that we've got from the customer that's initiated the interest, or if it's come from, for instance, a finance company or something that's been delivered into enquiryMAX, we'll have as much information as we possibly can within this area. Further down the page, you've got organization details, so you've got the company details. So up here, this is the contact, this is the account, and then the inquiry vehicle is what we would class as being the opportunity to sell to. Test drive booking details would be here if they were if that was the type of lead it was. Campaign details will be anything that comes through from the lead source that is delivered in, so we can track the amount of leads that come in per source or per marketing campaign, etc. Source channel gives a little bit more detail around that area, and then current finance details. So if it is a finance lead aimed at contract, etc., then we will have information populated in this area, so you can see what the customers may be currently paying now to try and price match maybe what their deposit was, etc. Current vehicle as well will be populated into the lead information, and then you've got the lead information of the date and time it was delivered into you. This is able to be viewed constantly throughout the process, so we will be jumping back onto this every now and then as we go through. So Johnson's Construction, it's end of contract. We've got the delivered time and date. It's not been accepted yet. I'm going to accept the lead in a moment, but we can reject the lead. So if I click on reject, it does give us a reason to reject. So there will be instances where you've already got a customer on the go. So let's say that Ramsden Catering, I've already got the customer on the go. This has come through to me, but I've been a bit proactive. I've picked it up early. So the lead is already in progress. So I can change that there, save that, and then Ramsden Catering will disappear out of my list. So quite easy to reject, and not a problem if you do decide to reject that lead, as long as obviously the reasons are valid. Accept lead, we're going to do that now. So if I just click accept, you'll now see that has been accepted by myself. The lead's not been actioned yet, so we then go into my leads tab. So into my leads, we can now see Johnson's Construction down here, complete lead action. So what that means is we now need to put it as an inquiry or as an opportunity, etc., within our calendar so we can follow up on it. Again, the info tab is on the left, so we can have another look at that if we want to. And we're now going to complete the lead action. So I click onto that there. Oh, just briefly before we start, I can send it back. So if it's come through to me, maybe manager has allocated it into my diary as a sales executive, then I can send it back if I know I've already got the customer on the go. But it does still need to be rejected once it gets passed back. So complete lead action. So you can see it's populated detail from the lead information that we've already got straight into the account setup. So we're now basically creating the account. The information icon is there, so you can go back and view that information, as I said, throughout the process. We've got the title, the name, email address all populated. When I click next, it takes me through to Gdpr settings. Now, if I just show you the GDPR on here, so we've got phone consent, email consent, and the rest of them are opt-out. Now that is the consent for the brand. It's not the group. So you will have to, obviously, when you speak to the customer and you discuss things with the customer, you will have to ask them if they're happy to receive information from the group that you represent. As I said, the information in here is for the brand. Okay. So I'm going to say that the customer is happy to receive communication on all fronts from the group, and that has been captured via email. Next is appointment name, or opportunity name, sorry. So this is Johnson's. The reference is JOH-123. And the closing date for that is end of May, which is maybe when they're looking to make their changes to their fleet. Click next. It then takes us through to the inquiry. So we now capture what type of vehicle they're interested in. So the configurator code, obviously, if you're a Jaguar Land Rover retailer, then you can use this configurator code from building a vehicle on the website, Jaguar or Land Rover's website. Once you've completed the build, go to the summary and you will find a code number on there, which you can paste into here and build the vehicle. I'm going to choose a new vehicle, and I can see it's on an XF. We're not sure on maybe the derivative yet, so we haven't quite drilled down to that. It's early days. Diesel saloon. We'll put in that they're probably going to look towards a automatic R Sport, and they're looking for 10 of those. The reference ID JOH-123. You can obviously, reference IDs are obviously going to be down to you. If I click next, it then is going to load me an event in my calendar and ask me to follow that up. So once this is loaded up, we're then going to complete our event. So you can now see action event. So in here, I'm going to say I've completed that, and the outcome is that I discussed changing XF and appointment made. Okay, so I've got an appointment out of the customer. I then click save. That then asks me where I want to forward it to in my calendar. So I'm going to put that in for Tuesday the 30th. The start time on that is let's go for 10:30, and the finish time will be 12:30. It's telling me I've already got something in on that time and date, but that's fine. I'm going to mark it for a visit. It's off-site. The location of that will be Johnson's, Cambridge, and the reason for that is to discuss model specifics and proposal. Okay, now if I've got a document already for Johnson's, maybe I've already started a discussion, or there's something that I think maybe they've got vehicles from me and I want to upload their old details from their previous purchase, etc., so I can refer back to it in the meeting, then I can upload files from here. Just click choose files. It will take you in, and obviously you can then upload from there. I'm going to click save to that. So that's now completed in my diary with a tick box. I can click view edit and I can review what I've already put in. Okay, just close that off. And if I jump forward to the 30th, I can see Johnson's Construction's in there for a 10:30 visit to discuss model specifics. I can obviously action that early, but basically what I would do is I'd have the meeting on Tuesday. Once I've completed the meeting, click action, and then say what we've discussed, what we've done, etc., and just start to add to the story of my inquiry. So if I go back into my leads tab now, you will see that the lead for Johnson's, okay, has been actioned with the time and date on there, and obviously it allocated to me. If I go into my central leads or manage central leads, you'll see Johnson's has disappeared. Now the reason that has disappeared is because it wasn't delivered to me today. So this is quite important, because every lead that's delivered to you, once actioned, will remain on the day it was delivered to you. So if I just flick backwards to the 25th, you can see Johnson's Construction there was delivered to me on the 25th, actioned on the 26th. So don't be concerned if a lead suddenly disappears from here. It's basically just gone back to the day that it was delivered to you. Now, best practice is that a lead gets delivered today and it gets actioned on the same day. but there will be leads coming through maybe out of hours, maybe late in the evening, which will obviously sit on the previous day, but will carry over into the next day. So if you don't action it on the day it's delivered, it will keep carrying over until you do action it. But once you've actioned it, it will then drop back into the day it was delivered. Okay. So that's the lead process for enquiryMAX Corporate.